It's your man Rob.Sergio.Mack with the Three Keys podcast. I got my good friend Dellana Lowhorne from Bell Law Settlement Services, one of my favorite title services in Nashville, Tennessee. Dellana Lowhorne, how you doing today?
I am good. How are you, Rob?
Okay, so look, we're going to dive into some things today. Some things a little more serious than others. But first off, a title company. What does a title company do in the home buying process?
If you're thinking of it as like an orchestra, we're the actual conductor.
Mm-hmm.
So the realtor is showing things,
Mm-hmm.
the lender is doing the financing, and we're taking everybody and putting them on the same page and all in the one document. And we actually do the legal portion and the money portion. That's
Yes.
really what we do.
What happens when a person owns a house and they have children and they don't have a will?
Picks up as Tennessee's intestate laws. So in other words, it conveys upon death. So the minute you kill over, it conveys into whoever your heirs at law are.
Right.
So who are your heirs at law?
Mm-hmm.
If you have children, of course, they're your children.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a spouse that's not on title with you, but it's a primary residence, they're due at least 1/3 share.
Mm-hmm.
That's minimum that they can get, and then the rest 2/3 are conveyed into the children.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have any children and you're not married, it goes back to your parents.
Mm-hmm.
If your parents aren't living, then it goes to your siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And just it continues out until you find a nearest living relative. A lot of people think, why are there not all these houses out here where people drop dead and they didn't have any family? Well, they find family. And if you can't find family, then it can actually conveys to the state. The major reason to have a will is in the event that you don't want it to go to heirs at law. If you want to leave your best friend part of your property, or you want to leave your significant other that you're not married to part of your property, that's when a real will really matters to somebody, because you can't, if you pass and you do intestate succession, which intestate means no will.
Message!
Then it conveys to only your family members. But, most of us who've lived a life, we've brought people in that we consider them our family.
Right.
When they're actually not blood related to us.
How much does it usually cost on average to set up a will with you?
With Bell Law, we actually do what's called a will package, and they start at about $1,500. And it's actually a will. It's a healthcare power of attorney, it's a general durable power of attorney, and then a living will.
Okay.
So it's a full package that the person actually needs, so that if they become incapacitated at any given time, somebody can take care of that. So let's talk about the cheap way to do a will, honestly, is you can handwrite a will and have 2 witnesses to it, and somebody notarize that, and that be considered valid. It doesn't really require any special thing to it. Now, the problem with doing that is if it's something like, say for me, I wrote it and said I want my property to go split between these 4 children. My children could contest that, and the likelihood that they would throw that handwritten, done, spur of the moment will, they could possibly throw it out.
Message!
That's the reason it's best for you to go to an attorney and have an attorney do those things for you.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I've seen those
Right.
pop up time and time again in our business, where people will have a handwritten will and they can get messy. Message! Yeah, so how can the good people get in touch with you?
Bellsettlement.com, and that's BELLSETTLEMENT.com. The office phone number is 615-840-7444. And you can reach me on my cell phone, which is best to text me at 615-351-4221.
All righty. Before I let you out of here, is there anything you want to leave the good people with?
When you buy real estate, equate that to getting married. It's the same thing.
It is.
So I see a lot of folks buy a house with somebody they're not married to, and they both go on title, and then it's break up 2 years from now and there's partition sales, they're forcing you to sell when maybe it's not a good time in the market. So treat buying real estate just like you would if you're going into business somebody or you're getting married to somebody. Always treat that as, hey, I might want to be the only one on title if I want to call the shots.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, Dellana Lowhorne.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I actually really enjoyed this.
Well, good. Well, make sure you tell the good people out there at Bell Settlement I said hello.
I will.
And until the next time, I love y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace.